Excellent. Mr. Wagner, Mr. Tucker. This is my good friend Kramer Campisano, capital Campisano. Campisano. Closest to us on the other side of the table is the Venerable Miss Wallace, capital Wallace. In the middle is the oft confusingly named monikered Staffelt. Moniker, do you know what that means, Miss Staffelt?
No. I can take a guess.
That means named. Named.
Okay.
I said named and monikered, but that was actually a redundant. Capital Stafffeldt. On the wall is the always ready Mr. Vershay, capital Vershay. Ready to go? Can't wait to hear it. Folks, there is a Mr. Campisano here to see you. Mr. Campisano, please see yourself in.
Hi, good morning. Pleasure to meet you. Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Good morning. All right, guys, good morning. How are you guys doing today?
Good, great.
Good, glad to hear it. You guys excited for Imagine RIT this weekend?
Definitely.
Awesome. You guys doing any fun activities planned out?
I'm bringing my family.
Oh, awesome. Glad to hear it. You guys going to be bringing your family as well? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be hard to make them stay, and it's going to be really nice this weekend. But
Yeah, exactly.
hopefully they'll really like it, all the cool stuff.
That's it too, right? Having a good weekend is going to be great to bring the family together. I know last year we didn't have such great weather, but this year time around it's going to be real nice.
Yeah, I'm going to come with a couple of friends.
Awesome. Good. Glad to hear it. Well, I'm going to be presenting this today for you guys. This is my RIT brick. It's called Brick City. This is a product I designed myself last semester in class. I'm a third-year industrial design student. For the project, we had to design an environmentally friendly and sustainable souvenir for RIT. And we had a presentation and a judge of boards that came in today and voted on this. And they voted for my product to be the winning product for the class. So I'm bringing this to your attention today because I think that rather than just have it be a simulation, I'd actually like to have it be sold at RIT. So here I have Brick City. This is just a prototype. The final model will be coming in. This top will be a transparent orange color, but the idea is that it will light up. There's light systems in the bottom. It's a little bit bright here, so you won't be able to see it very well. Just put that down, no worries. And in terms of pricing and whatnot, other products sold on the market today in Barnes & Noble are extremely expensive. They're very dull. They don't really have a great sense of what RIT is. When you think of RIT, what do you think about?
Bricks.
Bricks.
Yeah, bricks.
Bricks. All right, so yeah, we have an official RIT brick here. This is the exact brick that they used to build the buildings you see around you. Here you have like these three little holes located in the bottom. Rather than taint the material and rather work it, I'd rather figure it I'd have it be exactly how it was found and contort to the design of the brick itself. So for my Brick City lamp, the total cost for materials to make this product was only $5 to make this product. And in terms of how I want to sell it, I want to sell it for $49.99 at Barnes & Noble. In terms of how that compares to other products sold in the market today, is that it's actually cheaper than most other products found in its category, and it'll be cheaper to produce. The only problem is that it's going to be a little bit expensive to get it going because I have to buy a 3D printer with the funding from you guys. And so I'm here today to offer this product to you guys.
So how much would a 3D printer cost?
So a 3D printer cost average amount would probably around $1,000 to $2,000 for the quality that I like to have from my Brick City lamp. It sounds like a lot of money, but this 3D printer will be able to be used and used again. Cleaning and maintenance is very cheap. Filament itself is actually cheap as well. Another product that I'm going to be needing to purchase with you guys would be called a Philibot. And so what allows this product to be sustainable is that it's actually created using water bottles, recycled water bottles that are kind of torn into this thing called a Philibot. It extrudes a transparent plastic, which is used for this 3D printing today, and it's going to be used for any 3D printer.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
On the packaging, would you explain how it's also environmentally friendly? Because I feel like that would attract a certain segment of consumers.
Yes, of course. Along with the product itself, the packaging will include every way in which this product is sustainable and how it's RIT friendly, and I'll be sure to market it very well.
Okay, that's good.
So in terms of actually making these lamps, is it worth it for us to make them, or would it be better
I think
for
it
a
is.
distributor?
So-
since the machine is so costly.
So since the machine is so costly, it would be actually not beneficial for you guys to go through another outsource because it will charge you a lot more money. Being a student myself, I find pride in making my products and will be very willing to make these for you. With a 3D printer and with the Philipbot command, I can use my spare time to crank these out while I'm in daily classes and whatnot. For me to print this top portion here, it takes about 10 hours to print. And this brick, and once this is printed, in terms of putting the whole thing together, it only takes around 20 minutes. So it's about a 10-hour setup for one product. And for you to have to in-source and outsource all that, it'll take a lot longer and more expensive.
So it takes 10 hours for just one lamp?
Yep,
to
for one
create?
lamp to create.
Okay, so that's a pretty long process.
It's a long process, but that's simply because of the 3D technology. If it could be faster, it wouldn't be as strategically sound and it wouldn't be as pretty as it is.
Okay, of course.
What other colors in the 3D printing material can
So
you get?
with 3D printing, you can pretty much print every color. And what I'm going to have for the final version is going to be a transparent orange color to really represent that RIT orange feel that we have for us. It'll be transparent too, so it'll allow for the light to really shine through. And yeah, those are the colors that we provided.
Back to the packaging, do you have any examples of packaging?
Not with me.
What it would look like?
Not with me. I'm still in the process of working on the packaging. However, I'll be sure to include all the green technologies and how it will be actually RIT sustainable.
So would the packaging be an extra cost on top of?
The packaging shouldn't be an extra cost because I have an ability to work with a manufacturer on campus who said they'd do it for me for free. All I have to do is CNC the cardboard, and that's absolutely free as well.
That's great. And have you had any feedback from students or like RIT faculty? Would they?
So yeah, amongst the class presentation that I presented this product for, amongst the board of judges we had, you guys, you three yourself, and then we also had like the dean of my school. We had around 40 other students come in, and they all voted for this to be the best product.
I can see why. I can see it's like a kind of, it's got a genuine, like original feel to it and makes it stand out from all the other kind of things you see at Barnes & Noble for sure. So I can see why.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you walk into Barnes and Noble, I mean, you can get tumblers and cups and
The same,
keychains,
yeah, the
but-
same thing at every school, but just
Mhm.
different logo.
Exactly.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
exactly. It really like sets itself
That's
apart,
really cool.
so students can get something that actually means something to them, not like a lanyard they're gonna lose.
For sure.
You know?
Now, when you guys were in college, you guys imagine going to hockey games or sporting events and being thrown a stuffed animal, right, that just
Right.
has your college embroidered on
Yeah.
a t-shirt, but what does that really mean to you guys?
No.
The second you guys graduate, you throw that away, you give it to your dog to chew up. This is something that I want alumni, students, and parents to be purchasing in order to have a real field connection to their college. Here on the campus, this is the more finalized version. It has text written on it with our insignia, the making of a living and the living of a life. I really feel that that's something that RIT students should embody, not just during their time here as a school, but also when they graduate.
Right.
So I wanted a product that really respectfully shows, literally what RIT is about by giving you exactly RIT. Now, feel free to touch
Yeah.
that. This material, if you guys aren't familiar with 3D
No,
printing, it's
not at
stable.
all. I don't know
It
how
takes 10
works.
hours to print, like you said. However, that really does provide a structural, sound, plastic feel to it. It's not going to break if you drop it. Here, actually, you can probably just drop it on the table. It won't break.
Just throw it.
Yeah, just throw it. I mean, yeah,
So,
go right
so you
ahead.
just design it on the computer and then
So,
just-
the great thing
That's
about
very
this
neat.
product is that I had to literally go and build this entire campus using a SolidWorks program.
How long did
Um,
that take you?
Yeah.
About a semester. About a
So you
semester
put
of
a lot
time.
of time into
Dedicated.
this.
I did put a lot of time into this product, and I'm really excited for it today. I wouldn't have put as much time if I didn't think it would be a sound quality
Right.
product.
Yeah, that's great.
So since it's such a long process of manufacturing it, and it's very small batch, is there any customization to it?
So yeah, so what we can do is basically we can provide any color you want to have this printed in. Most of the filament colors are pretty much the same price. I actually went with the more exotic and more expensive price with the transparent orange. So if you really wanted a different color or if you wanted different text, that's all would be free of charge. I can be able to just go in and it's as simple as editing a document and just saying what this says. So I can have it say, to whomever, love mom, if say mom buys this product for you once you come to RIT, or even if grandma comes in through Imagine RIT and says, wow, what a beautiful product, I want a way to remember my son, maybe they can have, good luck with school, love grandma or something, and they can probably display it in their home. And
I
have
think
a
that
real
would be
picture.
definitely a great idea. Absolutely, it's very personal.
Would that be done on the web, you think, like on the internet, like
So
personalization? Or?
what they can do is they can simply send me an email, and what they would do is just send me, hey, what would you like to have on this brick? I think there's going to be a character limit to, you know, you're not going to be able to write, you know, a whole entire novel on here,
Yeah.
but it's something personal and a statement that I can write on here. It'd be as easy as just changing that, and it wouldn't cost any money.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we carried them in the shop as well, we could have like a running thread if you came in and wanted it customized,
Exactly.
like have like a little worksheet, then we can email it to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just to make it easier for everybody.
Exactly. And I'm thinking about putting this product in not for this semester in RIT, but to have it set up, to have people gauge interest in it, and to have it ready for next semester.
Mhm.
So, or next year, I'm sorry. So the entire summer I'll be printing these off and getting everything made so that in terms of manufacturing, what I have to do is say yes, and I'll have it all ready for you guys.
Okay.
I think this is a great idea, but have you done any research on how many people would actually be willing to?
So yes, I actually
Purchase it?
submitted a survey, and amongst the RIT population, only good reviews. I haven't had anybody say, I don't want this or I don't like this, just a little bit of customer feedback for how they can customize this product to themselves. A lot of people say, hey, well listen, I specifically go in to Booth every day, and I really want Booth to be, you know, the main prominent building over here. So I could actually change specific colors for the buildings to really give a personalized feel. I figured giving it all white would be a classic look. However, the personalization is unlimited.
And in regards to the price, did you base it on how much other products were kind of like memorabilia stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
so amongst other product line in the sold at Barnes & Noble
Right.
that fit the description, this is actually would be one of the cheapest.
Right, you did mention that.
Yeah, so for a $5 price to make, I figured I'd want to give it a quality price so that people go in and say, wow, this isn't going to be a $15 brick lamp, you know. People don't think that it's got a nice quality to it. It's got a nice weight.
And with the profit range, we'd end up paying off, you know, the cost of the machines and the
Exactly,
printer and
you make your
everything
money.
pretty quickly.
You make your money back within the first semester.
It
if
sounds
not.
like people would buy it, so it's definitely something I'd be interested in for
Awesome.
sure. Mhm.
Yeah, I agree as well too. I think students and alumni all will really like this product.
I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, and so today I'm asking you guys for the $5,000 to be able to produce, to buy the printer and to buy the fellow bot so I can produce these products for you guys today. And if you guys need any time to think about it, feel free to take some time to think. However, I think that I'm only hearing good responses from you guys so far.
I mean, I think we'll take some time so we don't make any rash decisions, but I think we're more leaning towards giving it a go because I think we're really interested in it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just have to look over some of the budgets and figure some things out, but I think we're leaning towards for sure.
Sounds
And
good.
I'd like to see the final
The
clear
final- yeah.
orange product.
For sure. Actually, it's coming in later tonight, so I'll be sure to send you guys
Yeah,
that.
that sounds awesome.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much. And
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
you guys have a good one.
You too.
Well done, well done. Mr. Wagner, what do you think about Kramer's presentation?
I thought, you look great, you talked well as far as handling all objections and anything they had a lot of questions. I think you always had an answer, you're prepared, especially with like the survey, things you talked about. And I thought you listened well. I think you're pretty fast through the preliminaries and just the initial pitch. It was like 3 or 4 minutes. If they didn't have as many questions, it would have been really quick. So, and I didn't see or hear much of the spin technique at all. I think it was more like you were just selling them the brick. You didn't really get into the problems that they have or how this was gonna solve it. But I think that, I mean, compared to some other sales in class, this might be more appropriate to not use much the spin technique.
That's exactly what I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wrote too.
So, and I thought, just on top of that stuff, it was a good idea to bring the 2 models, the one attached to the brick and then the one that wasn't, so you could show the 3D print but not be passed around a brick.
Exactly.
And you're really personable, and you just came off as trusting and genuine about how much you cared about the product and you're committed to it. So, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, Hayden. Mr. Tucker, what do you think?
I think you were definitely excited about the product. You had a lot of enthusiasm for it. You look great. You had a great appearance. Definitely good use of the visual aid. I think with a presentation like this, you know, to have that aid is kind of everything. So I think you did a good job with that. I also think the prospects did a good job as far as, you know, their questions, and then you also answering their questions. I think you did a good job. And then towards the end, you came straight out and, you know, asked for their commitments. So
Yeah.
as well.
Well done there.
On the other side, I think you went into the pricing pretty fast. There wasn't a lot of, as far as like the investigation and the use of the screen technique. I also think that maybe you relied a lot on the prospects asking questions. Another thing I did notice that you spoke pretty fast. I mean, I'm assuming that's kind of just how you talk, but maybe next time kind of slow it down a little bit and, you know, not seem so rushed through it. But overall, yeah, I like it. I mean, I thought it was a really cool product, and you're definitely enthusiastic about it. So I think you did well on it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg. Any comments from the field? Anybody want to add anything that they may have noticed? Prospects, how do you think it went?
I think it went
Pretty
well.
good. That really distracted me right there.
Oh,
I feel
well.
kind of bad I just grabbed it.
Oh, no,
It
I
was a real distraction.
Yeah,
That was
Kramer, I'm
my-
going to want to see that thing, actually. It looks very cool. I just wanna
Absolutely.
Check it out. Kramer, good job. I really like what you did. One comment that I want to make is that they had a really good point, the prospects did, when they were talking about the speed of how fast you could make these. And one thing I think you could think about is like if at that moment you start thinking, hey, listen, that is a a problem, but let me propose to you an offsetting benefit. And I think the benefit that you wanted to really bring up, and you brought it up later, but at that moment you could say, yeah, the problem is speed, but the offsetting benefit is flexibility. I mean, the fact that you can put, grandma's name on it, to Billy or whatever it is, that's a great benefit. And I think that at that moment you want to be able to just really put that in their minds right at that moment. You did a good job bringing it up later. One thing I think you could maybe think about just for you personally. I mean, now that you have the canvas on there, it wouldn't take much to make a mold, would it? I mean,
No.
Why don't you just say, listen, we can do this two ways, right? We can have one that's like very flexible and you can order and we can actually 3D print. But the other one is like we can have a bunch of molds ready to go for like big events like Move-In Day or Imagine RIT. People can come very quickly and get these things. So I mean, that would be something that you would have.
Could you mold it with that material though?
So yeah, you can actually mold with 3D printing material. You just have to use, this is a little bit of a complex piece, so it'd be kind of hard to mold. However, if I, maybe 3D printed in a different material, maybe a metal, it'd be really easy to mold that.
Yeah, that's true. It would be hard to mold because the plastic would be like it would be
It's a little bit heat sensitive.
Yeah. I keep forgetting
I
about
think
it.
also when you first said that the 10 hours, it sounds like a lot, but it's not like 10 hours of you on the computer. Right?
Exactly.
10
It's 10
hours
hours
you start
of-
it and you could go to sleep and it'd be
Yeah, this can literally be, like I had this model specifically printed within 10 hours of, I sent the file in at midnight and it was ready by 10 a.m. when I came into class. It was on my desk.
Okay.
But I didn't mention that for the 3D printing point. It's,
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
cheap 10 hours. It's mostly just the time you have to wait, right?
Sure.
The machine's doing the thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe if you had you're going to sell the piece for, and you know what a 3D printer costs. Maybe start talking about like the break even point in terms of like what it would take to just to break even. That's always something they're going to ask you.
Sure.
But yeah.
Room where you can expand, because if one takes 10 hours and you have one 3D printer, say that a lot of people buy these and you can buy 5 3D printers. That's 6 instead of 1 in 10 hours.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, man. Good job. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good job. Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Are you actually selling it?
Yeah, I'm actually preparing it for,
Hey, Kramer, let me see.
Sure, of course. So this is the prototype.